When you first start working on your master's thesis or your doctorate dissertation, one of the things that you'll find that can be incredibly overwhelming is the amount of research that you have to do. So I call it organizing the chaos because research can be kind of crazy. Some people are naturals at it. They just love reading journals, peer-reviewed articles. They just do it all day. I'm not one of those people. And so for me, when I was working on my master's and my doctorate and my dissertation, I really struggled initially, and I had to find a way to get better organized when I was reading these articles, hundreds of them, and taking notes and trying to connect thoughts together and synthesize my paper properly. And so what I found was there's a lot of software options out there that can help you. You can search and find a lot of tools. And for me, this is probably more of a preference thing. Each individual is going to find what they like. So you just have to look at all of them, or a few of them, at least try 3 or 4, and just figure out which one you prefer. I've heard good things about many of these: PaperPile, Mendeley, EndNote, JabRef. For me, the one that worked the best was Zotero. Zotero is really cool. One, it's free for the most part, unless you want to upgrade the storage. And it has really everything that I felt I needed to be successful in writing my paper. And so what I mean by that is it has a way to organize your files in a hierarchical form, kind of like the traditional like Windows folders structure. But it's in the software, and it also has a built-in PDF reader, a built-in note taker, highlighter, and a search function, as well as an automated, pretty much automated way of building out your citations and references, which is awesome. So I'll show you. Let me bring my Zotero up. This is my library, and so I have all the things in here that I didn't use this for my master's. I only use this for my doctorate. I wish I had learned about it for my master's. It is phenomenal. It's a game changer for me, a lifesaver. And so this is a list of like every 435 items that I've gone through, either for my dissertation, my core classes. I even used this for a military education program that I went through about 8 or 9 months ago now. And yeah, I love it. So over here on the left, you have that traditional structure and folders. Highly recommend you stay organized here. Take your time, go slow. Figure out what works best for your paper and for you. For me, I organized my folders for the most part how my paper was laid out. Definitions is one of the first things you cover in chapter 1. Ethics, your theoretical framework, and then your chapters. And later publication, right? So I had a whole thing on that. And I'll show you the power of Zotero is everything working from left to right here. So take this article, for example, cognitive diversity and creativity. When I do the drop down here, here's a few files. The PDF here is the journal article itself. But if we click on this base item that houses these 2 items, you'll see is that this actually has all the information, like metadata about the document. So the author, the abstract, volume, issue, the DOI, everything you would need to build a reference. Now what's cool is I didn't put any of this in there. Zotero did. And I'll show you how it did in a minute. So looking here still, we have notes, a note system for taking notes. We have tags. I didn't really use this a whole lot. I wish I had. A way to tag your documents based off, it's really, it can be anything you want. So whatever makes sense for that article. And that now you have a tag you can search with if you're trying to figure out which journal articles are talking about similar things. In the same manner, relations, the related tab, you can add a relation between different journal articles. So if this one, cognitive diversity and creativity, as I'm later in my literature review and I find an article that I think relates to that theory, I can now click here and tie those two together. So again, when I'm going back and writing my paper and trying to synthesize information, this is a really great tool for that. If we open the PDF, it opens up inside Zotero, which is cool. It has a highlighter with different types of colors. When you do that, it'll actually drop it over here in the annotations, so you can now easily find those highlights that you made. And there is also a note-taking function over here on the right-hand side. And if you click back, you'll see here's all the notes I've taken in all of my documents. And this item note is for this specific PDF. Another really cool function that makes Zotero really powerful is its plugins. Two in particular, one for Chrome, which I'll show you now. This is an article that I wrote, the United States Air Force Pilot Diversity Dilemma. And so if I wanted to save this into Zotero, I already have Zotero installed. It's an extension you can install in Chrome. So all I have to do is click this button, and it will now have my library, and I can save it right here in my works. And we can see in my works it is now here, and it automatically adds all that information, which is so cool. You can add things manually. You can add articles manually too using these buttons here. You can search for them by their DOI here. You can add standalone notes, attachments, and there's a really powerful search function here that searches through your entire library, which is really cool. You also have a search function here. You can also search those tags. Those tags are also down here on the left, bottom left. The other awesome plugin for Zotero is in Word. I already have it pulled up here. And so imagine you're writing your article and you want to reference my paper. All you have to do using the Zotero extension is hit Add Citation, search for my name, for example, or the title of the article maybe, and it's right there. You can now click on it, click Enter, and it's going to add your citation. And when you need that reference for your reference list, you just click right here and it's going to add it. And hang on a second. Let me delete the old one. And there it goes. Again, double check formatting, but it does put everything there, which is awesome. And probably the last couple things about Zotero, again, it's free. There are paid versions if you need more storage. $20 a year, $60 a year, or $120 a year are kind of your options. And I would highly recommend checking out their website. They do have tips and tricks, or frequently asked questions, some very detailed guides if you're looking for some of those shortcut keys or things like that inside of Zotero that can make things more efficient. And also I wrote a quick Medium article about this. Organizing the chaos is really so important as you're working on your degree, working on your essays, and then later on your thesis and or your dissertation. Just take your time, get organized, find the right tool that works for you. So have a great day. That is it.